Hello and welcome to this video. Today we'll be looking at Google Forms and using forms for digital newsletters. Digital newsletters are a great way to keep in touch with parents and guardians and potential other stakeholders that might be involved with your school community. So let's take a look. So on this basic template we've put together here, I've broken the newsletter up into different sections. So we can see we've got currently 6 different sections of the newsletter. Sections are a good idea as it allows people who are viewing the newsletter to take their time in each section and not scroll through the whole thing and potentially miss something of importance. You can add sections by just clicking on the right key here that appears when you're in the body of the form and clicking add section. Once you click that, a new section appears underneath, and you can see on the form here that that has now appeared. Once you've got your section, you can add in a variety of different elements. So you can add in questions if you're looking for anything that requires a response. You can add in text, you can add images, and you can add videos. So once you've got that, you can have a little play around with the design of the newsletter. You might want to move bits around into different sections. So I actually want to put this one back up there. And in this section here, I'm going to call this food and hydration. And I'm going to put in some text. And we're going to put here on this title, what to eat before school. Okay, and then underneath I could input some information on school food. And that's where you can bulk out these sections with the news that you want to share with your stakeholders. If we scroll down to later sections here, you can see we've got some images, and we can add images by clicking here. We can add Google images, or we can upload our own images. So if you've taken pictures of students at school that you want to share, you can do that. But for example, if I just want to add in this photo, I can select it, click insert, and then it will appear in the form. And if I want to drag it down to different sections, so if I want all the images in this section, I can do. I can give it a title. And if I click on the 3 dots here, I can change the alignment of the photo. So if you want things to sit nicely in a row, you can do that. Here with videos, so I've got one here I added earlier, so I'm just going to delete and I'm going to add it again. So I can do that by clicking here. You can add any video from YouTube via the video search, or if you've got the video URL. So I've got a nice one here from Google that I'm going to put on. So I've got the video, I just press select. It's sat nicely in there, but what I want to do, I want to line it up with this video. So I can click center align, and then I can give it a title. And that will sit in that section. I can continue to add videos if I want to, and then basically all those videos appear in one section that your stakeholders might want to look through. Okay, so we've got some basic info on the newsletter now. Let's take a little preview of what it might look like. So if you go up into the top right here and click the preview button, we open up a new tab and we can see that we've got our different sections. Obviously not much detail in there at the moment, but we can go through by clicking next. You can see the images we've put in, and here's our videos. And the last section here, we've got some feedback. This is quite a nice thing to do because then you can get some feedback from your stakeholders about what they thought about the newsletter, and they can submit that information. Once they've submitted that, you can then check responses via the responses area here, and you can also link that to a spreadsheet. That allows you to keep correspondence of people who have read the newsletter and anyone you might need to reply to with some feedback on the feedback they've provided you. So key messages really when you're thinking about newsletters, think about the design, think about what you want to put across to people who be reading the newsletter, and try and keep it where possible quite short, so people can actually not have to dedicate loads and loads of time to looking through the newsletter. So I hope you found that video useful. Please get in touch if you have questions.